There's a lot of us that use this strategy of like running ads to some sort of webinar, live event, and then selling. And then you guys get so upset when things don't go right and when things don't sell. I think that it's important for me to say that you may suck at sales. Who here took a webinar or a masterclass to learn how to present from stage? That is a learned habit. That is a learned behavior. That is going to speech coaches, sales coaches, webinar coaches, online e-commerce coaches. That's a real, I'm trying to like ante up my skills so that I can go and make $100,000 off a webinar. There are people that do this masterfully. And of course, you can take other people's like courses and things, but here's where I am. I'm real clear on what I think that healers should be doing. I think that they should be healing. I don't think that they should be closing, and I don't think that that word even needs to kind of be in your vernacular. I think that when we try to flip into this Russell Brunson type of like webinar playbook, let me take you through all of these steps I've learned and then show this slide that has an offer stack at the end. I don't think that that's always the way, especially if your webinar is not converting, meaning you're getting people to show up, but you don't have sales at the end of it. I believe that you need to focus on your practice and what you do as a practitioner and as a clinician, as a healer. I don't believe that you should be selling at all. Here's how, if it were me, this is a structure that I've seen work really nicely for webinars, okay, and masterclasses. You've run ads to it, you've done your email marketing, you got this one thing that they're trying to unpack. Like, we don't want a webinar that has 15 things that they're going to try to learn, but there should be one major transformation that they should be able to walk away with. Like, if they're coming to you to understand the 7 labs that every woman in menopause should be asking from their doctor, they may not do all the 7 labs, but they'll know one question that they'll need to ask the doctor. Or what if it's a webinar about why GLP-1s aren't the best way to lose weight? So they should be walking away with knowing what is the best way to lose weight if GLP-1s are not. I think that we need to really like make sure that our transformation is sticky and that it's tangible. And you always need a worksheet, a guide, or reason for them to show up. I learned that from one of my favorite mentors, JJ Virgin. She always says, give them a reason, give them something to do to show up. What I love is an assessment, a guide. A self-assessment is easy because they're self-assessing, right? And who cares about the results? You're walking them through what their results range could be, right? You could even open up with the quiz or an assessment. Like, before you get started, all right, everybody, go ahead and take this hormone quiz and let me know how many people are in the perimenopause state, how many people are in menopause, how many people are still cycling. Like, you can reference that and keep people drawn in to your presentation. One thing that I'm going to say here is when you start, you absolutely have to make yourself credible. You need to introduce yourself. You need to tell people why you are an expert. I know a lot of people glaze over that. Specifically, healers glaze over that because they're very humble. At least the ones that I work with. They're super humble. They're not braggadocious. It doesn't come natural to be like, I'm bop. I'm this, I'm that. I'm the number one. I'm Atlanta's top doctor. I've been practicing for 20 years. I'm double board certified. I've got 3 books I published. I've helped 10,000 people. We gotta tell these people, y'all, especially if you're asking for a ticket price that's over $100, you need to tell them that you the one. You're the authority. It's one slide. Run the numbers. Yes, you do this. That's why we're here. That's why I don't have to sell you, because I'm that bitch. I ain't gotta sell you. This is my background. And what you're gonna learn today, now I'm back in character, is my simple process for effortless weight loss without exercise or shots. Do you see how I just kind of transition right into that? And then you start teaching. But when you start teaching, you got to make sure that you're referencing their pain point. You're taking them into that valley. And if the pain point ain't paining, then maybe we should reassess your avatar, because we should all be solving a pain point of some sort. Let's be clear on what your pain point is, or on what the quick transformation is, the quick win that they're going to get as soon as they finish listening to. You got to give them reasons to stay. So we're talking about their pain, and we're talking about how, maybe they haven't been able to sleep through the night in years, or they haven't been intimate with their spouse because they're so uncomfortable with their body, or maybe their hair is falling out of their head. Take them into their pain. And everything that you're teaching, not selling, but everything that you're teaching is referencing the pain. And you need to give real life examples. If you're talking about weight loss, don't talk about how your body's not broken speaking and all that generic chat GPT shit. Talk about how, okay, girl, I know you haven't bought jeans and you don't know how long because you're going to have to know your real pant size. And so you just been wearing the athleisure because you can stretch in that medium and that large, not knowing what your true dress size is. I see you. That's a relatable pain point. But don't skip past that so you can tell us all about what you do, right? I need you to talk about me. I need you to focus on me. I want to see myself in you when I'm in this workshop, when I'm in this webinar. That's what I want to talk about. So I want you to make sure that you stay in the pain, that you give real life examples that are relatable, and then what's your process or solution to solve it. It's still not sales. And when you get to the point of explaining the offer, it's just how to work with me. This is how I've helped person after person after person go from $0 to $50,000 within 6 months. This is how I know for a fact. This is a testimonial. Run the numbers. Have excitement. Have energy. Get them talking in the chat. I don't really give a damn about some webinar process that you've learned, especially if you're not naturally a salesperson. So create the authority, stay in their pain, give your solution, and then show them how to take advantage of the transformation. You don't need gimmicks, all right? You need to practice doing this with confidence. And I say there's nothing better than practicing in front of your friends, your peers, maybe even a beta group of patients and things that you already know, like, hey, I got a new offer, I got a new program, I want to run this by you. So that's one thing. If you are not good at presenting, perhaps try a different flow that's more natural and it's just like you're doing a consultation for a new patient. Something that comes natural to you and that feels good to you, and you present the price and you move on. And if you're not great at presenting the price, then you need to have a patient concierge or somebody else that can talk the money for you. If you found this clip from the Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast to be helpful, then check out the next video or watch the full episode here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next big move in health marketing. Thanks for watching.